What's up, guys? So I'm gonna make this really quick. This is gonna be a trade review from the SPX trade that I took today, July 6th, and it was right in the day. So as usual, obviously, if you're not familiar, end of the day can be super volatile. I mean, you can make some of the craziest money, especially off SPX, not even SPY and stuff like that. But yeah, it's gonna get really super basic. So get right into it. All it was basically just a trend line for me. That was it. As you can see, just this trend line. So well, it actually kind of helped me with SPY. I had some orb boxes as well too. So normally, I'm always watching the orb on SPY. So if you're not familiar, that's opening range break. It's one of the most common strategies. I always recommend it to the newer traders because it's very easy to learn. It's very reliable. Actually, we had a very good orb trade today on SPY. Actually, 2 entries. If you want to see, I'll show you real quick. So the orb. Well, I'm not going to get into it. Actually, you can watch the other videos if you want to learn the orb. But anyways, so the orb today I mark it in purple, but normally I mark them in white. So all these white lines are all orbs from last week or the week before, or whatever. And the reason why I leave them is because, as you can see, they end up working out pretty well. You know, I'm not going to get into labeling every single one like previous day high, previous low, whatever. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. It's not a bad idea too. I just don't do it myself. I don't really need to because I just know the levels. So anyways, without getting too distracted, so that's what that is. These are all orb levels, whatnot. Then I got the NFP levels, the blue lines here and stuff. So the orb level is actually kind of what helped me as well too. So that's why I got into that. So anyways, looking at SPY first. Obviously, I don't really look at SPX until the end of the day because the contract's thousands of dollars. So, and also I can't trade after 3:30 unless it's SPX. So that's really my only choice. So anyway, obviously I could tell it's not like we're coming back down, down to this gap or anything after we gapped up all day. This was the first perfect. Well, technically, if you want to get technical, this is the first perfect orb entry right here for SPY right here. So this is the orb high and broke over. You got your retest right here, really clean retest. Let me show that, make it bigger for you. So you can see. And yep, you got your perfect green retest right here, and then your entry. I mean, you could have taken that scalp right here. That probably should at that time maybe could have even got you 2x, but you may have gotten chopped up a little bit. That's okay. You still got your orb right here, and that's why we put the stop a little bit below the orb just to be safe too. So you wouldn't have gotten stopped out as well. It would have been a perfect trade. And again, the orb is the purple line, not the white one. So this is the orb for today. So you wouldn't have gotten stopped out. You would have just had a little bit of chop, but then bang, you would have been on a nice little run right there again. Only maybe 20 minutes later, something like that. So theta wouldn't have even killed you that much. And then if you held, of course, just kept going down. This is where I got screwed in the day. I actually called put. I got puts right off this rip right here, and I nailed them down. But that wick was just so viciously quick that I couldn't get filled in time. I didn't have a limit order, so I could have got a perfect 2x, but it didn't really work out too well. But anyway, so that was a second entry right there. Didn't take calls there either because I had something friggin' I had to take a phone call. I got distracted and stuff. Didn't take any of that. But then after that, so I was just pointing out basically, so you would have had nice good orb entries. So that's why I love orb. That's even solid trade right there, and then you could take another one right there. But so anyway, yeah, as we're coming up, now we're at 3:30. Now it's getting to the point where we start looking at SPX because you can't look at SPY anymore. So as I saw it rejecting this orb, and yeah, VWAP actually, and this is something a lot of traders never point out. I hate it because a lot of traders never really, they make things unrealistic when they're always looking back at a chart. They say, "Oh, look how picture perfect it looks, and look how it hit the EMA." But you know what? Things don't always look like that when you're in real time. Because I remember explicitly, I remember looking at this chart, and VWAP was actually all the way down here at the time. So that was another point of confidence for me. When SPY was cutting up here, we were rejecting already, and then of course, we started getting some bigger candles. And then, yeah, this was actually the candle that hit the home run for me, I think, right here. Yeah, it had to be, because I don't have it back down. But yeah, so I mean, it's not like it's like A plus plus. It's obviously a very quick, very risky trade. SPX is always one of the most riskiest things that you can ever do. I don't advise new traders to do it at all. I know it can get really, really tempting because you see it FOMO and you see people doing like crazy returns. And trust me, you can't get crazy returns. Like I saw 10x last Friday, literally within like 60 seconds. So, and I missed it too. I was in it, but I actually posted it in the room, but I missed it too, and because I paper handed. But anyway, so I don't recommend it to new traders, but that's basically it. And I know I'm showing you SPY here, so let me show you SPX, right? So I looked at SPY to use SPX. Now, granted, SPX usually is the one you look at for SPY. It's kind of backwards, but I don't know. They kind of go back and forth. ES is like the futures that leads SPX, then SPX leads SPY, and then so on and so on. Then you get the VRTs, the VOOs and stuff, the Vanguard, State Streets. Actually, a lot of people don't even know about that stuff. But anyway, so yeah, so let me pop in, and like I said, that was it. It's very basic. There wasn't really a whole lot to it, like not a whole lot of huge, like million other things to look at or anything like that. It was just as simple as I saw this orb line. I saw that we were overextended. We were obviously going up so much. We needed to get a pullback. And just knowing how days work and how market makers work, I just figured that, we were going to get a really nice SPX move around the end of the day. And it wasn't going to be upside to me because we didn't clear this. We didn't hold over. So I knew it wasn't going to be upside. So that's basically just how I did it. So bring it back, and I was watching on the 1 minute, obviously, because it gets really quick and stuff. So this is the 3 minute that I'm showing you, but I was watching about on the 1 minute. And yeah, all I did too was show you how to draw these trend lines. So I mean, it looks pretty easy. It looks like self-explanatory right here when you draw the trend lines from opening today, 9:30 right there. I like to use the wicks. Even the body is definitely safer, but well, I shouldn't say safer because the reason why I use the wicks is because actually that's maybe safer. It gives you like 100% like where it's going. I mean, I worded that wrong. As in, like, it can't really go further than that because that's going to be like the ultimate. Like, if I were to do the body, it would have been a lot shorter. Watch, let me show you. If I were to have just done the bodies, I still would have lined up about the same place, actually, I guess. Something around there. But yeah, anyway, so that's literally all I did is I just drew that. And then obviously this wasn't here at the time. So when I drew this trend line, let's pretend that's not here. You can see this right here. You see it coming down and then it breaks that 9 right there at 336. We couldn't get back over it. Drop it down to the 1 minute. And yep, when I seen it even more on the 1 minute, and see that rejecting. And then I think I entered a little too early, honestly. I'm not sure exactly the exact moment I entered, but it was literally only like a 5-minute trade. It was crazy. And yeah, I entered right about here for about 70. It bounced down, and it moved so quick. I'll be honest with you. When I got it for like, 65, it actually went down to like $50 within like a second. So I still could have got it a little cheaper. And then it just started ripping. And then in my head, I just knew exactly where it was going to go. I knew around $200. So naturally, to try to outthink the market makers, I don't just do a flat even $200. I put 195, and that was literally the exact penny that it hit was 195. Like I couldn't believe it. And yeah, went right to my trend line there, which actually that's not 100% accurate, but yeah, went right down there. See? Bang. And that's that. So that was the 355 candle, and then from there, I'm already out, went back up, blah, blah, blah. You actually probably should. I mean, you could have got more on that right there if you took it upside, if you were that quick enough to get the 1 minute. But, yeah, so, and then basically, this is, where is this? This is, oh, these are my gains. Yep, okay, so, and yeah. That was talking on Microsoft, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, so this is the chart I posted, see? Yep. So, obviously, right there, You can see it. You see it's trying to put, and I even do the crosshairs so people can see exactly what I'm looking at. So if you can see kind of lightly, you see the crosshairs in the background right there. So that's exactly where I was looking, and that's exactly where it hit. And that was it. Called it out for the guys. I mean, I didn't call it 100%. I was on chat, so I didn't write it too much, but I was telling them on chat more, guiding them. So I tried to help out the chat officially by typing it in, but there's only so much I could do. Like I said, it's so fast, There's only so much you can do. So yeah, like I said, I know it's been bullish as fuck, but that could be a great possible short smack at the end of the day. Looks like it's setting up. Well. But yeah, and I was calling out Microsoft and Meta and stuff earlier too. Actually, yeah, I called out 100% within like 5 minutes or something on Microsoft, around like 3:20, something like that. Yeah, those zero DTs are gonna be nuts, blah blah blah. And they did too. They were fucking nuts. I don't know if you remember that pop on Microsoft. I'll just show you. Everything kind of went down after hours, but yeah. There you go. That was that breakout right there. I mean, I know it doesn't look like much, but that was a lot for a zero DT. Microsoft, shit. 387. Yeah, it was about $1 move or something. But I don't remember exactly how much they went up to, but they definitely did very well. And then yeah, those are just a couple of them that I called out, and that's how quick and easy it was. Oh yeah, SpaceX was getting jumped like a motherfucker too. That made so many lowercase h's, just kept going. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't intend on actually making this like 10 minutes long, so I'm just gonna end this video about here. So as always, I hope that helped you guys. I hope I didn't just babble on and make it confusing. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, you know where to find me. Find the Discord link, obviously, in the profile. Make sure to pick up the No B.S. Traders Toolkit as well, too. If you haven't looked into that, that's basically just, in my version, that's just the fastest way possible to get all the most essential information. Because most traders they don't lack the info or the skill. They just lack putting the knowledge together. There's 700,000 discords out there, channels, YouTubes, pages. People spend literally years and years watching YouTube videos, studying, training, doing all this shit. So it's basically my version of what I wish I had when I started, and it's the most compressed as possible that I could put it. Everything that you need to get started making money right away. It's got my orb set up in there. It explains it. It even explains my custom trade management skill, which I usually do to manage the trades. It's kind of like a CBC thing, but it's a little bit different. So yeah, I threw in a trading journal as well. That's shit. That alone, people have been buying it just for the trading journal. Because one of the best things about that is you can actually import all of your trades from Robinhood, from Webull, from any other broker, and it'll automatically rank and rate it for them. And even so, you can export it even easier. So that way you can load it up into AI and you can have AI analyze it for you, and you can really step up your game. Then you can really get some self-reflection, self-evaluation and whatnot like that. And of course it's free. You can just do that with ChatGPT and stuff. So you also get a trading calculator. I got a risk to reward calculator. It tells you how to calculate risk to reward. It tells you how to calculate position size, all that stuff. It's literally like a new trader's dream. It's everything a new trader needs and everything a struggling trader needs. Even if you're 5 years in and you're not profitable, it's everything you need to build a system. Because if you don't have a system, if you don't have a structured system or anything like that, you're just guessing, literally. You're literally just gambling. So if you don't know exactly where to stop, the take entry, the profit, the exit, all that stuff is before you take a trade, then you're never really going to make it in this game. So yeah, anyways, make sure you pick up the No B.S. toolkit. Like I said, it's got all the cheat sheets in there. It's got the journal, it's got the calculator, it's got the orb sheet. Teaches you literally how to find short squeezes, like GMC, GME, and AMC, like all that stuff. Teaches you options flow, dark pool, all the terminology terms, so you know how to keep up with the chat rooms and what everyone's saying and stuff. But like I said, it's very compressed. It's something that literally you can digest like in a weekend, like 2 nights or something. It's not going to take you 14 days of a boot camp of a course or anything like that in 7 hours stuff. So yeah. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to go into a full commercial there, but yeah, definitely make sure to check it out. Again, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, you know where to find me. I hope this helped you guys out. Peace and love. See you in the Discord.